Well, after a short break, we'll bring you the story of a man who survived terrorist custody in Syria. Do stay with us. You're watching RT International.
I'm Tom Harpin, and I'll give you what the mainstream media can't: the big picture. We'll go deeper, investigate, and debate, all so you can get the big picture.
What do you think about sanctions?
Easy right or wrong, but I definitely think sanctions are better than conflict.
You don't perform for diplomatic reasons. You perform for humanitarian ways.
I'm talking obviously about Edward Snowden.
I believe he's a hero. I believe he's coming directly from his heart.
The Obama administration again says it supports the peace process to end the Syrian proxy war. However, there is still the demand for a political transition defined by Washington. And this demand is backed up by threats. Has the conflict entered a new stage for Syria and the region?
Welcome back to RT International. The chilling details have emerged about the terrorist occupation of the recently liberated town of Adra in Syria. One survivor, who asked to remain anonymous, gave us an insight into what life was like before it was freed by government forces.
بعدين نزلوا صاروا يفتشوا نزلوا على صاروا يفتشوا أخذونا بس مشان نصلح حالنا لتاني يوم في غرفة تعذيب صاروا يضربون ونسمع أصواتهم إحنا وصريخهم كانوا يطعمونا وجه الوحدة باليوم أكل خامم بالنسبة للحمامات كان نسمح لنا مرة الصبح ومرة المساء.
Jaish al-Islam, alongside al-Nusra militants, seized Adra back in 2013. After entering the town, the attackers massacred dozens of minorities. Over 1,000 people were also abducted, including children. In March this year, Adra was liberated by Syrian government forces. From an initial population of some 20,000, only a small fraction still remain. Well, the survivor we spoke to earlier explained how he fled the terrorist-held territory.
طلعت وهربت باتجاه الجيش. أول ما وصلت ما صدقت إنه فعلا أنا مش حالتين. أنا كنت حاسب حالي ميت. أطلع وجرب حالي. إذا نفذت ما نفذت.
Well, the group that seized the town of Adra, Jaish al-Islam, is considered as moderate opposition. That's despite recent calls by Russia to label it a terrorist organization.
Well, they undermine the peace process in so much as they slow down the inevitable defeat of ISIS, and that's all these things are. The evidence of the bodies, the mass graves, and the people coming forward and telling us what they've been subjected to, clearly any pretense that these were moderates is gone. They should have no business being involved in this. These are murderers and mercenaries, and certainly have no representation as far as the domestic population. These are people committing genocide.
A German court has banned the republication of specific parts of a poem by German comedian Jan Böhmermann, which mocked the Turkish president. The ruling prohibited the use of sexual references in the text, but did allow comment on Turkey's policy on freedom of speech.
You gotta fight for your rights!
Well, to discuss this now we have Bruno Kram, the chairman of the Berlin branch of the Pirate Party. Bruno, thanks for joining us here on RT. What does this ruling about this poem, which has been quite controversial, actually say about freedom of speech in Germany?
Well, I think this court rule now is somehow like a really black day for German, for our really high good, the freedom of speech, which is really safe in our constitution under Article 5. It means that we have freedom of speech, of art, and this is not anymore existing after this trial.
And political satire in Western media has been free to touch on just about any subject, hasn't it, before this? So is it strange that it could now start being regulated by the courts?
Exactly, that's the worst part of it all, that now it's a court that is deciding which part of a poem, and they have now decided it is